taking on Liam O'Brien and K.Slater in the water right now. Heat number 3 of our opening round. Talking you through it, joining myself, Paul Evans, Peter Mel, Strider Wazalewski. How are we feeling about this morning's action so far, chap? It's a beautiful Thursday morning in South Africa. Corona Open, J-Bay picking up live action here. World number 2, Griffin Colapinto, slicing on an outside section and smooth off the top, hard off the bottom. Griff again, right in the pocket, plugging away here. And a great way to kick things off for him. Down into this inside runner section. Griff still swinging the axe here and building up big points, you would be thinking so far. What's he got to finish? Hits it. Gets a little slide, and again, just chuck it. Loads of spray in that morning lights. The little foam climb and head flick to finish. Woo!
So there's enough waves out there to run. We're going to see this opening round. No one going home today, but how incredible start for Griffin Colapinto. Feels like he's close to excellent here. One of the better waves of the day. Just mixed it up so well. Kept that speed and pace, like you mentioned, Strider. Just kept it going down the line. And mixing it up, you know, he's so good in learning. He's like a sponge. That's what Jake the Snake had mentioned. Now working with Tommy Whitaker. But just incredible how much maturity he's been able to bring to this tour in such a short time.
He's identified also the judging criteria and the theme of the year and the fact that they've been enjoying power surfing. And that's exactly what's happening right here. He's riding a 6.0, right? His backup board's a 5.11. He's got, you know, a bunch of lumber here, but he's really sticking to a little bit more board, being able to engage the rail and the fins more and pushing really hard with those leg muscles. And you can see, you know, how well he did on this wave to really complete a bunch of in-rhythm power turns.
Just relentless on the attack for Colapinto, and at this size, this kind of shape as well, there's no real downtime between those maneuvers.
I would say that the one big inspiration, which is kind of a long shot, is that Olympic gold, right? I mean, that's something, if he were to find a way to get into that event, you'd have to say he's one of the favorites.
Colapinto reversing out of the lip and recovering for a quick hit. So down to business, getting a back up. He's already got that 7 on the board. He's displacing some water down here. The turns look sharp, and that's a nice light touch from him as he just gathers that turn in about 20 centimeters of water. Some sharp rocks down there, but smooth as you like from Griff.
Driver 3.0 under his feet, 6.0, just right up into the lip, boosting, flying. Just the rhythm and the connectivity that you see out of Griffin right now is beautiful. So great surfing right there to me. I mean, you know, this is some championship form right here.
What is the difference in the 1, 2, and 3 of that model?
You got a different rocker template. You've also got a different outline. The 3's a little narrower. The 2's got a little more width to it. So this board's a little more refined, more for power surfing. But as you can see, you can use it technically as well.
Oh, as we pick up live action here, it's Liam O'Brien, the quiet achiever. What's he got for us? Hits it hard and loses traction on the fins. So unable to get a finish there. O'Brien, who improved his season with that semi-finish in El Salvador, looking to go well here. Going well in this. We'll check a replay here of Liam O'Brien.
Down the point a little bit, and you know, his expertise in these right-hand point breaks, it's on showcase here. Very quick in transition, in and out of his moves. You know, this is a wave, especially when it's at this size, that you need to really, so many things that you need to be able to dial in to perform at the top level at a consistent basis, and he's already done that at a very early part of his career.
Lines wrapping in here at Supers. Here's O'Brien. Big stinging snap from him, and gets back on the accelerator, and again up into the lip. That bottom turn's beautifully linked, but the top turn isn't. And again, he'll just lose traction with the board in that turn from him, and he needs to make these kind of opportunities count.
14 points is pretty good.
Liam just looks like he oversurfed this end turn a little bit, but prior to that, I mean, he looks so good. But you can see how right there he
almost sort of metaphysical type of relationships, and he's waited patiently for a set here. And up and swinging Slater, we're watching him from above, and he's from real deep, having to come behind a section. He does that well, and keeping it really tight in the pocket. Floats over a section, comes out with speed, and just bleeds a bit of that speed with a turn and going down the line here. Kelly setting his feet and throwing that away. So on his way to a number there, not the finish he was looking for.
Yeah, and watching this here, this wave did load up kind of further down the point, which means that he's going to have to chase it. So a lot of lateral surfing because he had to get to the open face, you know. And again, just one moment there where he was able to actually kind of go more vertical, but then the wave just keeps running and he had to chase it. Looking probably for an alley-oop attempt here, just being that was going to be the last section. Dug his nose, speed was sloughed off, and that was the only major turn that he had on that wave. Not going to be a number that he's going to be too pleased about. And I don't think he was too stoked actually on the call this morning. You know, he definitely made his voice heard early in regards to waiting it out. But you got to kind of, once that, you know, the decision's made, it's not like they're going to change it. So you kind of have to just go, okay, you said your opinion, and now get to work.
He looks good, though. I mean, I think he's just warming up. He hasn't been here very long, right? So.
Welcome back to live action from J-Bay. Here's the GOAT. Top of the point is with Griffin Colapinto. He's got a big lead in this. What's he got for us here? Opens up, just sluicing off the top, some speed here. He is flying down the line. Massive ollie, stomps that. That thing was huge. And finishes it with a big foam climb as well. I love it.
Gotta love the big slob grab. Look at it, Strider.
Here's the setup. He comes in, does a nice quick crack to set it up, identifies the stretching section, boosts, leaves the surface, grabs, and then just re-enters for a lip. I mean, that was just one of those things where the timing was so precise right here into it. A little bit of north wind, so catches it perfect.
Look at the grab, just touches the rail. Click.
Grabs it, and then he's just leaning over that back foot, identifying the landing just so beautifully. Clicks back in.
Taps the tail.
I mean, really, come on, that was technically perfect.
Okay, does it go bigger than the 767? I certainly hope so.
He's growing, he's learning, he's improving in all sorts of ways and opening up real strong here in Jeffreys Bay on an inside runner. He's got himself a glassy little section. Colapinto way out in front in this heat right now. Goes a little awkward on his first turn, but he could afford just to surf now. 14 on the clock. He's got a pretty big lead. And that does provide a little bit of loft for aerialists like this guy. What's he got here? Plugging away. Colapinto going down the line with some speed. What's coming?
Oh, please.
And he'll just throw that one out the back, but really enjoying this. And the crowd here, he talked about how good this spot is for watching surfing. And stay out of trouble really in terms of going to the top of the point and just keep surfing. Here he is, beautiful vision from above as this one stretches out in front of him. A speed hit. And that's it from him. And up the top here, Slater with priority. Look how glassy this one is on the face. That deep green hue from him. And he'll hit a turn into the lip, arrives a touch late, and then swings back into the pocket. A nice deep bottom turn. Good hit from him. Really nice back foot pressure. And again, he'll put that one up and almost push himself out the back. He just about recovers as the wave softens up.
The wave starts out pretty good here, Pete, right? But he kind of gets warmed up. He gets a little bit time in the lip. But then he looks like he's pushing off the bottom. This setup was all good. But right here, watch the fins. See him almost ditch out at the bottom? And then he almost ditches him out at the top. I don't know what's going on there, but is he over pushing? Are the fins not big enough? Is the tail too pulled in? What's going on, Pete?
I'm just going to let you answer it, Strider. No, you know what? Again, this is surfing, right? And he's just getting adjustment. There's an adjustment period. He just got here yesterday. You know, that's one thing that Kelly, obviously a lot of experience, but there's nothing better than warming up and getting ready. You know, there's a little bobble there, and it put him off timing. You can see it. A Challenger Series in the very beginning of the season too.
Slater opens up, big hook in the pocket. Gets a little clip a couple of times from him. He's finding some rhythm on this wave and pushes hard again and goes down as that one runs away. So he got a 4 for his previous effort. 3.27 for his opening ride. It might be a number of that order for him. He's a long way back from Griffin Colapinto right now. Meanwhile, priority with O'Brien. Big hit from him. And this one cupping out for him here. He'll have to get on the front foot and get down the line. Fits in some turns nicely. And then just slashes and slides in the pocket again. Similar kind of turn from him. Look how shallow it is in there.
It is so crazy shallow. The way these guys are stomping around barefoot out there, I can't believe, you know, more people aren't getting cut up on those rocks. Oh.
Like what would be the function? Your front foot? Just
because when you're standing on the sharp rocks, you can stand on your booty, and it's on your back foot anyway. It's on the tail. Let's pick up live action here, as we'll see swinging Liam O'Brien. And that one will stretch away in front of him. He's never really been able to go through the gears on his wave so far in this heat. A massive air from him as we see a big line out the back. Meanwhile, on the inside, Slater. Here goes your heat leader. He's got a big margin.
Kelly wants to snake him.
Bang from him off the top and just gathers himself at the bottom. And again, just fires up that spray.
Go for it.
And goes for another big air, lands that one on the roof. The crowd in full voice just willing him to stick that, which he'll do. Not as clean in the landing as his 8.5, but talk about looking pretty strong in all sorts of maneuvers.
Final 5 bid. Kelly was definitely looking at that one.
Beautiful hack off the top, gets another little down the line runner. You can see him kind of telegraphing the reality of an air. So he sticks it a little onto the back of the top of the wave there, so the flow coming back in wasn't what you wanted, but definitely looking really solid out there over his board. Technical. Almost had the ollie foot right there on the front foot as he pushed up onto the board. You see that? That was really cool. Interesting to see that. As when you skateboard, you have that front foot kind of drag up on the deck. It looked like he had that going. Look at this, core strength, lays it, pulls it back up. Looking really strong coming in, and really just now we get to see #1 in the world, right? Coming into Toledo's heat.
Gets a 7 for his last wave, doesn't need it, he'll throw that away. A commanding performance in the opening round from Colapinto.